the opening vistas of space promise high costs as well as high reward. We set sail on this new sea because there is new knowledge to be gained. The exploration of space is one of the great adventures of all time. And we mean to be a part of it. We mean to lead it.
Sarah, you were absolutely right. Coming to Paradiso, letting everything go from that place, and just relaxing for, well, what's it been, a week now? I don't know. I don't think I care. It was perfect. I know splurging on this place was probably a bit much, but I can afford it. Now we'll always have a place to come back to that's ours. Not to mention the house, which I still need to pay for. But for right now, I think we can probably get back to it if we really must. One more breakfast to go. Maybe a last morning swim afterwards.
Looks like you missed your calling.
Why, thank you. Even behind those glasses, you're still beautiful. I know those pretty eyes are hiding. I'm gonna go for a swim. You're welcome to join. And then I suppose we can get back to some real work.
beach, the sand, the sound of the ocean. Ah, this is wonderful.
I can't agree more. But we can't just stay here forever. I mean, I suppose technically we could, but we both know we have obligations to take care of. Systems to explore. Things to do. Mysteries to unravel. That's why we're here together.
Well, well. Back for more, eh?
As much as I'd love to see you in that outfit forever, we should probably get you dressed back into your normal outfit, right?
I'll only carry the good stuff. Just kidding.
Well, you always carry the good stuff. Let me tell you something.
Only if it's going to make me smile.
You may be one person, but to me, you're the entire world.
How is it that you always know exactly what to say?
All right, I suppose back to the ship.
Ah, I miss talking to you already.
Mwah. Maybe next time we come here, we can spend less time in the bed and more time doing other activities. Or not.
What a nice day, huh?
It is a wonderful day.
Lift off when you are, Captain.
Got something with your name on it, boss.
Good to see you.
Hope you all enjoyed your time too. Didn't just stay on the ship the whole time, did you? Eh, it's up to you. Yeah, I suppose it's about time for that.
And we're off. Apogee kick complete. Orbit steady.
Is there any way you can try a different channel if you're reading me at all? Okay. Well, I'm getting an auto dock indicator. All right.
All right, let's cycle that airlock and get aboard.
really tell much through the windows.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I agree with the captain. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready for anything. Now, eyes and ears sharp.
You're human.
Didn't know there were other options. You were expecting something else?
It's just that we weren't expecting to find life, let alone human life out here. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long. How terribly frightening that would be.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader. And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
Well, this is Sarah. She's, technically my boss. I'm Kidaen, and, I guess we're here to help?
I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by, well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
You know, those others are humans, like all of us, and they were here first.
Of course, we know that now. Human or not, we were still unable to communicate our intentions. As soon as we discovered them, we fully expected negotiations would be necessary. Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge. Dr. da Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain.
I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am, for security purposes.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist.
We were never trained to address threats
Welcome
coming
to the
from
Earth colony
outside
ship
our ship.
Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened. So, he gathered the best and brightest he could find, built the Constant, and set a course for this planet here. We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Never seen a ship like yours before. Well, then again, I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
I mean, sure, it's all old, but you can see that most of the ships we use today, and our own technology is clearly based off of everything here. Looks like a mix of Hope Tech and Nova Galactic. Makes you wonder where they got their ideas. Captain.
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
And is it difficult being the captain for a ship of generations?
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
And how's your crew holding up in all of this?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
Well, it sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
But aren't you worried about running out of food? God save us from that.
We always grow
What's
extra,
wrong with
just
your
as
communication
Janet.
system?
And
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them.
Well, it sounds to me like the people in Paradiso want basically the same thing as you, so I'll help.
Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
Well, no offense, but they were here first? Look, why not just find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here. Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet.
I'll talk to them, but diplomacy requires compromise.
Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such. But initially, I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
You know, Parima 2 is very big. Why don't you just settle on the other side of it, away from the others?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilizations spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world.
You sound very close-minded about this. You understand that they're not going to leave.
I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
I am not hopeful about this.
Just stay out of trouble.
Trouble usually finds me.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Yeah.
Where to next?
Well, something tells me that the people at Paradiso are definitely not going to like what that captain wanted me to say. I mean, she wouldn't even budge an inch on the idea that she's going to have to give up her original thoughts. I mean, she said she'd fight for it, but considering their technology is 200 years old, I'm pretty sure that any fight would not go their way, and it would not go their way very quickly. But I'll talk.
Nice to see you.
Docking seal released.
And back down we go.
Beginning landing cycle.
Hey there.
tire of visiting worlds like this.
The two of us may have a bias for this world now.
Everything here is a little more expensive than...
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also be the perfect time to stop for some food or a tranquility. Where should we begin?
Well, I'd love to, but we have other concerns, unfortunately. And if I stop for any relaxation here, I'm probably not going to want to leave again. Excuse me.
Between you and me, I'm kind of glad most of the execs never show up to work.
Okay. Well, hopefully the one we're looking for is here. I just go in then? I'll just go in then.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I kind of do. There's a problem with a ship in orbit. I'm here to help. Talk to... Oh, I can't remember the name.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then. Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
What can you tell me about them?
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical sea-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time. Anyway, be smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say.
That's the one, Oliver. Do you know what everyone thought of the ship when it showed?
People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business.
Okay, so I'm ready to go in then.
Sure. Have fun in the shark tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Uh-huh.
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Sounds good. I'll look into what that will cost us, and we can circle back around to this.
I didn't want to interrupt.
What's not to love about this planet?
We'll make some time for you, but keep it quick, yeah? Hello? I didn't realize Kiwi was letting people in here.
I'm here to talk about the ship in orbit.
I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about.
Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Sure. Do you really think people are going to fall for that?
You'd be surprised what people fall for. Locally sourced island fruit essences, for instance. It's just the same old fruits brought over from Earth ages ago, but we get nearly 10 times the market for them. But you're right, no one's gonna buy aliens. Remind me to fire the marketing team. So, tell me, what's the actual deal with this massive eyesore of a ship, besides scaring people away?
Well, it's apparently a ship of colonists from Earth, but they came here the slow way without a grav drive. So it took them 200 years.
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
I'm positive I could work with them to develop a settlement that works to your liking.
Thanks for the offer, but my answer is still no. Too much risk involved, and if it goes wrong, then the problem can quickly get out of hand. They settle here, it'll be under our conditions, not theirs. Sorry.
What if, after all of this, they continue to insist their claim to this planet predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Freestar Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave.
Well, I think you are all monsters. I'm going to buy them a grav drive and convince them to settle elsewhere.
Ah, good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice. Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso group, we appreciate your help.
Not even a flinch. I agree, Sarah. There was really no other choice. I called them monsters to their face, and they didn't even respond. Uncaring. Well, I mean, I have the money. That's not the issue. I just hope a grav drive isn't that expensive. I suppose, realistically, they aren't going to need much. Just something to pop to the next system over.
Yet another nice day in Paradiso.
Little fuel. I'm sure it won't be that complicated.
Was fun? Now what?
Of course, I also don't think that captain is going to like it, but honestly, she's just going to have to deal with it. In her own way, she was about as close-minded as those corporate so-and-sos. Probably best that this is the path we're going to take, since even if they were able to settle on the other side of the planet, which they would have been. I mean, she's talking about the idea like, oh, we don't, what if we want to expand? It's a world. Do you know how long it's going to take your little colony to expand? And as for Paradiso Group, I mean, it's a small resort on the prettiest place on the entire world.
Struts retracting. Let's get out of here.
Same thing. But no, as usual, it's all mine or it's not.
We're locking
So?
into orbit now.
It's not. And I mean, let's be honest. They're talking about, oh, we have a claim to this planet. Well, you should have got there faster. And I know they literally couldn't, but, you know, it's not really, Paradiso's fault.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one piece.
Welcome to the Star Collective. Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship.
We're done. Welcome to Hopetown.
Let's put this bird on the ground.
I hope that's a good place for it.
I remember meeting Ron Hope once. Idealistic and perhaps a bit of a dreamer. But you have to admire what he's accomplished.
Yeah. You waving at us?
All right, Adela. Deep breath. Oh, God.
You wanted to talk. Now's the time to talk.
Right. Right. When I signed on to be a freight captain, I was expecting long hours and dull routes. And now I'm a hair away from being executed. Or worse.
Tell me what's wrong.
Where to start? So, I fly a rust bucket called the Markab for a small shipping line. It just started, really. We do bulk shipping, boring stuff like actuators and seed stock, and minerals. Have you ever had a standard, boring job just blow up in your face?
Not a word, Sarah. Pretty much the story of my life.
You get it then. So, I just got assigned to the Markab. The first shipment? Slag steel. Nothing special. As soon as I left Neon and got scanned, things got crazy. Spacers, Freestar security, the works. Everyone demanding I power down, hand over the contraband, or sometimes just firing first. I skipped the system, ditched the cargo, and have been running ever since.
So what were you actually shipping?
I don't know. I was just flying for my life. But some bad people want it.
Well, it sounds pretty bad.
It gets even worse. A tracker just landed and I just know he's hunting a bounty. Me. But the trick is, everyone knows the ship. But my info isn't in the database yet. All they got is my last name, Fahim. So if you go into the pit stop and claim you're Captain Fahim of the Markab, maybe you can deal with the tracker?
Well, no offense, but why would I do that?
Listen, I just haul, well, garbage. But you, I mean, you're armed and look, well, Awesome. I figure you could do a solid for the little guy, girl. Plus credits. I did mention the credits, right?
How do they only know your name?
The company is, well, a real train wreck. I'm amazed they even have my last name on file. For once, working for such a dump is a good thing.
And what exactly are you expecting me to do about the tracker?
I don't know. I don't want anyone to get hurt, but he may not give you any choice. I can't turn down a distress call. Alright, I guess I'm Captain Fahim then. You are the best! This slate has everything they know about me. It's not much. He's the one with the cowboy hat. Just stay safe. Thank you.
We'll deal with that after. Hi. Oh. Never mind, you're just security, aren't you?
Ron Hope certainly embodies the saying, spared no expense.
I suppose so.
I just want to get all these approvals over with.
I'm, going up, I think?
Welcome to Hope Tech. How may I help you?
Well, I'm going to see, one of your executives. It's not Ron Hope.
If you have an appointment with Ron Hope, he's on the top floor. He's very busy, so if you don't have a meeting scheduled, he may not be available.
Okay, well, I'm not going to see him. So, just wanted to let you know.
If you need anything else, just grab me.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
My scanner says you're the person I'm here to meet.
Oh, hello. Someone worth paying attention to.
Maybe.
We could save valuable weight if we got rid of the pilot seat. Maybe an ottoman?
I hear you're an expert with grav drives and other ship parts, and I'm looking into that.
Sure, that sounds like me. What can I do for you? I'm a little busy, but I think I could spare some time.
Oliver, Campbell sent me from Paradiso. I'm here about a grav drive for an old colony ship.
Oh, you should have just said that. Of course I can help you. Oliver sent a courier ahead of you. I did some research on ships from that era, and I have a decent idea what we're dealing with. So grav drives didn't really take off until after the ship was built. But I've got access to an ancient grav drive that looks like it could be compatible. With some minor adjustments. It's in good shape, too. Parts not cheap, though. Neither is the labor. Just pay the combined cost of parts and labor, and it's yours.
40,000 sure is a lot, and it's for a good cause. Maybe we can find a way to lower that price a bit?
It's a pretty big ask, given how rare these old grav drives are.
Well, you've had it for how long? And no one has offered to buy it.
True. I keep telling myself I'm holding on to it for the right time. Perhaps this is that right time. Tell you what, sounds like this is for a good cause. While I can't give you the pod for free, I won't charge you for the work.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty big discount, so alright.
You're darn right it is. I'll get to work on it right away. I recommend you go back to the ship and ask the captain to prepare for its retrofit. Standard stuff. I'm sure they have an engineer on board to help. We'll send the part along when it's ready and install it with the help of Oliver's people. Pleasure working with you.
Well, thank you and have a nice day. Every once in a while somebody's actually fairly nice out here in these settled systems. I mean, I don't begrudge him for wanting to charge for the thing. After all, it's a business. And that was a hefty discount. Not quite 50%, but close enough.
Keep an eye on your valuables. If you can't protect your own, you don't belong here.
Well,
it'd be dust except for the factory.
I kind of don't belong here.
Payday is always a good day.
Just letting off some steam for the next shift.
Hello.
If you need anything, just ask for me. Sal.
Well?
Looks like another newcomer. Welcome to the pit stop. We have a little bit of everything. What, brings you to Hopetown?
Just refueling before the next jump.
The pit stop's a popular place to take a load off while the doc does their business. A word of warning, it can get a little rowdy here. Keep your gun holstered and there won't be any problems.
Should I be worried?
Hardly. A lot of my patrons just got done with a shift. Throw some of the hard stuff in there, well, fists may fly, but they're good people. So please, don't hurt them too bad.
I don't have any plans on making trouble.
Well, you just became my favorite customer. You need anything? We got more than booze here.
Let me see what you got.
Let's set you up.
We've got time.
So, you're with the Trade Authority, right?
As far as you're concerned, I am the Trade Authority.
I need something delivered. Someplace tricky.
My friend, I specialize in tricky. But this is neither the time nor place. Do you, like wine?
Wine? Yeah.
Okay, Sarah.
Yeah.
See me later at my residence.
No money bet.
We'll see what we can do to help.
The one in the
And
spacesuit
how you'll pay
or the one in the cowboy hat? It's probably pretty obvious, but it could be the spacesuit. I'll try not to make trouble.
Hey, stranger.
Howdy.
I'm new in town. You look like you just got here too, right? What's your name, stranger? Might buy you a drink.
What are you doing here?
A little of this, a little of that. I like to keep busy.
Real self-promoter, aren't you? Who are you?
Friends call me Ernesto. Actually, everyone does. Because it's my name and all. And you?
Well, my name's Captain Fahim. Pleasure to meet you. How about that drink?
Fahim, huh? Came in on that ship, the Markup? I bet you didn't know it. But I'm a tracker. And I'm here for your bounty.
Shock!
2 ways this can go. You know the drill.
Look, you don't seem so bad, and I haven't done anything wrong, so let's not do this.
So you didn't shoot your way off Neon, Fahim? The bounty is pretty damn clear. But something don't sit right with me. Not sure what.
Adela doesn't deserve this bounty on her. The whole thing doesn't add up, and you're not very subtle. Which, maybe that's the point, but, you need a different act.
Maybe. Maybe not.
I'm only trying to do the right thing here. Trust me. Everyone is after this shipment. Whoever hired you is lying.
The bounty is awfully large for what they're saying. All right, I'm not taking you in. But that just means somebody else will. Whatever you were shipping, you got to return it. The next tracker probably won't be as upstanding as I am.
Well, my name is actually Kidaen, and I don't have the shipment, but as far as I know, Captain Fahim doesn't have it either.
Whatever you say, Fahim. You almost sound believable. One more drink and it's liftoff.
You're not the brightest bulb on the planet, are you?
Well, if we're looking for somewhere to pick a fight, this would probably be the place.
Yeah, it can be
Ron Hope's the best thing that's happened
rough.
to us.
Why did I ever take this job? Why?
All right, Fahim.
I feel sick.
Anything you left out?
I mean, maybe. At my 6th birthday, the theme was unicorns. Sorry, bad joke.
Why not just run?
Since the tracker's on world, I'm sure he's got eyes on the Mark Hub. It's just too dangerous.
Well, you'll be glad to know that the tracker has been convinced to let you go.
I feel like I can finally breathe again. Thank you.
The only way the Corp will ever let you go, though, is by returning their cargo.
You're right. I'll see what I can do. You're a literal lifesaver. Take this.
Good luck. That wasn't so bad. But something tells me Captain Fahim is, in for a world of more trouble.
All right, let's get this crate into space.
Hey, it's not a... Okay, it is a crate. But it's our crate.
Time to leave this place behind. Hell of a view from here.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and go to, see what other powers are out there. They've got to get their grav drive delivered and workers and all that stuff. Probably going to take some time.
I will never get tired of that.
Hello, stranger. I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by. I hate talking on this infernal thing too much. Just come on over.
No, thank you. Appreciate the offer, but
good to go for landing.
well, I don't think we're gonna need the scanner.
What is it?
This world's seen better days. I wonder if it's always looked like this.
Don't worry about me. I've handled worse than this.
Don't think any of the other temples had moving pieces. Interesting.
Lifting off now. Stay in orbit or jump. Your call.
Approaching ship, you've entered Freestar Collective space. Maintain your current course while we scan for contraband. That's all we need. You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
Touching down.
Here to shoot the breeze?
Not at the moment.
I heard that the walls of Aquila City were built to prevent nocturnal predators from overrunning the place.
That's true, Sarah. They're called Ashta. And hey, if you ever want to go hunting them, there's some mean predators, but I'd be game.
Watch it. Ships coming and going all the time.
Sam has told me so many stories about Aquila City. I feel as though I've lived here all my life.
I never lived here myself. Visited plenty of times.
So you want to come here for a half day? Full day?
A half day. I talked with Miss Kessler, and she'll give a full guided tour.
I'm...
Welcome to the Co-Heritage Museum. I offer a brief tour, and I'm happy to discuss the city's history as well.
I'm actually here on other business.
Everything you see here is a piece of Aquila City's history.
I'm here to talk about a specific piece that you might have, a tree branch.
That is not something I expected to hear today. I assume you're somehow associated with the United Colonies? I've received some odd messages of late.
Well, it's more about botany. You wouldn't believe it, but a tree is upset and the consequences could be dire.
A tree is upset? You scientists are something else. Regardless, I can't just hand over museum property, and I must admit I'm not especially inclined to help the UC, or New Atlantis for that matter. Well, I'm afraid you've wasted your time because I'm not authorized, nor particularly inclined, to release any of our pieces. That includes 100-year-old tree branches. Sorry, but it's staying in storage.
It sounds to me like you are just saying that out of spite, because if you're not authorized, who is? And let's be honest, you're holding a grudge against an entire group of people just because a few of those people wanted a war with a few other people. Were you even in the war? You know what? Let's talk.
Hi. Please feel free to have a look around. It's the reason I started this place.
I really need that branch.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm afraid it's out of the question.
I can be very annoying if I need to be, and if you don't give me that branch, I'll just keep asking for it.
Handing over that branch is starting to look pretty good.
Look, I'll bring it back when I'm done with it, and we'll make sure no damage is done to it. It's just basically one tree needs to talk to another tree. I don't know the full specifics. It's science.
I guess it couldn't hurt.
I know you'd help me if you could. You just gotta think outside of political lines and recent wars.
Yeah, I hope so. I can't believe I'm doing this. Please return it in one piece.
Absolutely. And as a measure of good faith...
I can't believe I gave you that branch. Just bring it back in one piece.
You know, I travel a lot. I can keep my eyes open for things for your museum.
There are some things I would kill to have. I mean, wait, not literally. But I would pay a lot for. You see, the Cove family lost a treasure trove of old historic documents ages ago. And those documents would be priceless to have here.
And what sort of documents are you looking for?
Well, all of them were owned by our city's founder, Solomon Coe. He's more than that, really. He's one of the greatest heroes of the settled systems. These documents would be, like I said, priceless to the museum and to our guests.
Well, I can see why you'd want them in your museum.
Their absence pains me. Jacob Coe and I have talked at length, and his great-grandfather was a troubled man. He sold off various historic documents to cover debts. They could be anywhere. If you find any of that trove of documents, I will pay dearly for it.
I'll keep my eyes open for them.
Thank you. Think of the future generations that could benefit from seeing such important history.
And the reason I offered in the first place, I think I have something for you already.
Let me see. Oh dear Lord. It's real. It still exists. This is the original charter for Aquila City. And you can see their signatures. This is really the birth of the Freestar Collective. The core philosophy of limited government and inalienable rights. All here. Thank you. If you find anything else, please come back.
Absolutely.
The museum is always open to you.
Diplomacy goes a long way. All right.
I've heard a lot of real grade A scum's been taken out by you. Well done.
Thank you. Don't get that kind of response in New Atlantis.
Captain.
Escape trajectory plotted. Orbital insertion completed. navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. All right, we're done. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
It's basically next door. Contraband. Scan complete. Welcome to Gagarin. You are cleared to land. Thanks. Not really going to the city, though. If it were more out of our way, maybe I wouldn't even bother, but it's right here.
Gear looks green, ready to land. Yes.
Than Ebside on Neon. And that's saying something.
Never been myself. I mean, I've of course been to Neon, but basically just like the other places I've been, landed, took off, didn't really stay, didn't explore. if we don't have to kill it, I prefer that option. But I also know that's probably going to be an issue forced. Looks like we might have some competing hunters here.
Oh, you're going to regret this. I must be hearing things.
Probably not. Yep. That's a hunter. Whatever that thing is, looks like it's hunting too. Okay, big fella. Time to lay down. Here we go.
If you're searching, then make it quick.
Yeah. Ugh. Okay, not intruders. I'm just letting you know your compatriot is gone. I mean, technically we're intruders, sure, but hey, in case you didn't know already, your fellow hunter? Yeah.
Hello.
I'm gonna guess he was in charge?
Howdy.
Your hunter is gone. Just thought you should know. In case you're waiting for him. Alright.
I'll keep an eye out for hostile life forms.
Seems like a planet full of them.
Lifting off now.
cargo. Scan complete. You're cleared to land at New Atlantis.
Thank you.
Landing site locked. Take us in.
Painful memories all night. It's good to be home.
No, I'm even starting to think of this as home. Though I think that's probably because of my new partner in life. More than the place specifically.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving. Okay, no bounty. You're clear. Enjoy your visit.
Another day,
Another credit.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Hello again, Kelton.
I hope Aquila City has what we need. Have you paid a visit to Miss Castler in Aquila City?
I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. She wants it back when you're done with it.
Yes, yes, of course. I'll see that it is returned to her in one piece. Well, perhaps minus a few shavings. Now, I just need a moment to analyze this and synthesize an audio response to our friend here. All right, so we'll feed in a sample. Now the program will incorporate the genetic and chemical makeup of the sample, extrapolating the size and structure of the original tree. This was put together rather hastily, so complete accuracy is impossible. But I'm hoping it's enough. And there it is. Our best hope for a positive solution to this mess.
And that is?
So, We now have a simulated response to our tree. All that's left is to play it.
And how do we do that?
An excellent question. I have been wondering myself. I've been forced to listen to this SSNN kiosk chatter incessantly this entire time. I think it could be put to better use. We don't have time to go through the proper channels, but if you can find a terminal and get this uploaded into their system, it might do the trick.
Exposure to the frequency in this simulation could be potentially harmful to humans. Are you sure we should do this?
You're right. There's a chance that there could be some minor adverse side effects, but none would be life-threatening. We won't play the broadcast loud or long enough to cause any major or permanent damage to humans or other organic life. And aside from that, if we don't calm this tree down soon, well, I fear that the vibrations it's emitting will eventually reach such strength it could severely damage our internal organs.
And if it doesn't work?
Then I fear all this hard work will be for naught. I would hate to see this tree come down, but we may be out of options.
It seems not entirely legal.
Perhaps, but desperate times, and all that. Certainly, if you have some other option, by all means, take advantage of it.
Though I am not exactly thrilled we're doing anything illegal. I suppose we've come this far, so it would be a shame to stop now.
Yes, well, it's as I said, desperate times require desperate measures. I'm not proud of this, but it needs to be done.
Well, that's almost a vote of confidence from my wife, so I guess we'll take care of it.
I have no doubt that you will.
The trees here are quite beautiful. They remind us.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects.
Okay, Sarah.
No friend of you and me.
Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another.
Hello, Laundry.
Together we can really make a difference. Another successful venture. And you saved the day too? I wish every job was so win-win. Here's the pay. Let me know if you want another assignment.
For that kind of pay, absolutely.
I got a new account for you. This one breaks my heart a little, because we got a mercenary here, but the good kind. He was an upstanding citizen. He took out loans, paid them on time, every time. And about a year ago, he maxed out his credit and vanished, leaving us with a sizable account in arrears. It took some digging, but we have the name of the planet he's on.
What were the loans for?
Well, almost always they were business investments. New fancy sidearm, repairing a ship. Guy saw a lot of action. Often he was living a good life, but you hit setbacks in his line of work. We considered him a good investment, a decent, hard-working member of the community.
All right, give me the details.
Here you go. I know I keep harping on this, but go easy on the guy. Maybe he's hit some real bad luck. It could happen to any of us, right?
Absolutely. As for the other matter...
Good luck out there. I mean it.
I'd like to talk to you about the house on Nesoi.
Certainly. So there are two ways to take care of a loan for good. One's easy. Just pay off the balance, then the house is yours, free and clear, and you are one very happy new homeowner. The other option, less ideal, is just walk away and we foreclose on the property.
Yep. I've had enough time to think about it, and, I'll pay the loan off.
Everything is in order. Excellent. Let me be the first to congratulate you on owning your house fully. No more mortgage payments for you. I have to finalize the paperwork, but I wish you all the best.
Well, now we have 2 places to stay. I'm sorry, 3. The lodge. 4 if you count the ship.
I've got a slogan for our new ship class. It's like riding a plane.
I bet whoever came up with bad news travels fast wasn't taking interstellar distances into account.
Hello, just looking around. Keep a watch out. I'll see if I can find a terminal. Oh, that's easy. Very nice place you have here. That was easier than I thought.
You're out there a lot, right? In space? Just do us all a favor and never turn into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy. Robbing, stealing, killing.
Yeah, trust me, I know about the spacer threat. And generally speaking, I kill everyone I've come across. They're not big on talk. just not creative.
People joke. Say those Varun zealots worship a snake. But let me tell you.
Well, I have your beans.
People ask me why I'm so picky. I wonder why they're so willing to settle.
Yeah.
And you made it back alive, which already puts you ahead of your predecessor. I trust you've brought my property with you.
Here it is. There was a slate in there as well. I assume it has something to do with your predecessor's attempt.
Excellent. And as promised, here is your reward. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have business to attend to.
Yes, you seem very busy.
I trust you know the way out.
You also seem very rude. Well, let's go see if anything's changed with the tree.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg.
That's
Ugh.
gross. Well, how's it going?
We've done it! I'm already seeing reductions in the strength of the vibrations. The tree is calming down. I can hardly believe that worked.
What happens now?
I don't know. We've been in uncharted territory this whole time. That doesn't stop now. With the immediate crisis hopefully over, I can slow down and review everything we've learned. And certainly, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on our friend going forward. And you have saved this tree and advanced our scientific knowledge of our environment. Noble work across the board. You have my gratitude and that of every citizen in New Atlantis, though they don't know it.
Well, I guess that's a good thing. All right, Sarah, let's stop by the war memorial.
The credit goes to the hard-working men and women that keep the line, pushing ships hour after hour, said Rondo. A mere 2 years ago, amidst disappointing
That's it. I'm not going to show up to work for a week.